I'm King, and we are
the FI Resellers. And today we have a what sold video for you. So we're going to share some of our top sales from the past week, some of our bummer sales, and then we're going to share exactly how much we made on each platform and how much we made overall as full-time and a part-time reseller. You'll definitely want to stay tuned for that because we're also going to share a little bit about what we do with that money. So if you are a new reseller, a seasoned reseller, this is a great video to watch because we're going to share a lot of BOLOs, a lot of items to be on the lookout for, and some items that we maybe wouldn't pick up in the future.
So the first one is this Athleta fur collar dress we sold for $34.65 on eBay.
So that one on eBay, we always include the shipping in our total, but that was $25 plus shipping. And I was really happy with that sale. Athleta usually sells closer to about $20 for us, but this was a really nice dress. It was like, I think a wool blend, and then it had this faux fur detachable collar, which was really cool. I thought it was so cute. I picked it up at a regular Goodwill in Cincinnati. It's definitely the season for it, so I was really happy with that sale.
Next, we have this Free People black oversized sweater that we sold for $35 on Mercari.
Yeah, so this was funny because I had this listed. I always list first on eBay, and then I cross list in, a day or two over to Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. And so I had it listed on eBay, and maybe I got a watcher or two. I had it listed at $40 because I looked it up and it was still available at stores and things, and it was expensive new. So when I cross-listed it over to Poshmark and Mercari and Facebook Marketplace, all of a sudden I got so much interest. So I got an offer almost right away on Poshmark. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just think about it, and then I got an offer for $35 on Mercari, and I was like, oh yeah. So I definitely took that. That was great. That was what I wanted to sell it for, was $35. That's why I listed it at $40. So overall, really great sale. It just goes to show you that even if you wouldn't personally wear it or personally think it's an interesting thing or something that you think is cute, doesn't mean that there's not someone else out there who does.
We sold these Doc Martens for $40 cash on Facebook Marketplace, local pickup.
Yeah, so we love local pickup Facebook Marketplace because no fees, straight cash. It's awesome.
I don't know about love, but sometimes we do. Sometimes they're just ghosts, and that's really frustrating on Facebook Marketplace.
So sometimes buyers can be really good and they're not a hassle. Other times they are a hassle and it's like, but this one was a good experience. So
we sold these dance goes. It was a Mary Jane style for $44.65 on eBay.
So this was a great sale. We had these listed for just a little bit, just a couple weeks. I had gotten a question on Mercari. The person was asking for more pictures of like the sides of them. And if you ever message me or comment on something on one of my listings or something, just know that I'm terrible about answering questions. It is definitely something I need to work on. I need to kind of find like a routine of going into our inventory room, pulling things that have questions, answering those questions. But yeah, I just am really bad about getting back to people. So I left this and, it came while I was out and about. And then by the time I got home, I forgot about it. And so the lady had asked me again, after she had asked me, someone bought them outright on eBay. And I was like, yeah.
It worked
Don't
out.
have to answer the question. I deleted the listing.
One more for the lazy person. We sold these really cool mules by Ariat. It's got a great following, so one of our favorite brands to resell. We sold it for $49.65 on eBay.
We love selling this brand, and the person already gave us good feedback, which is awesome. We love when that happens. And they were in really good condition, like hardly anywhere on the bottom, and they were just really cool. I had actually bought these at a local thrift store for about $10, so I paid up for them, but I knew that they would flip for a good amount. I had seen the comps of this particular shoe online, and then I also know that Ariat does really well. And these sold really well in just a couple of days.
We sold these yellow overalls by Washington, D.C. for $49.65 on eBay.
So these are really cool, and they were one of a kind. Like when we listed them on eBay, there were none others that were like this that were listed. No yellow ones, and even when I searched the solds, there were red ones, blue ones, other colors, but no yellow ones. And I feel like yellow is a really cool, unique sort of color. So we listed these pretty high. We listed them at $50. Someone came in and offered $40 plus shipping, and we accepted that. And the person was so happy. They left us really good feedback. They were like, I'm so excited for these overalls. So just that felt really good because these are so cool. Like, I just think that they are so cool. Just like, it seems like the type of thing that you would wear and just be totally unique. I was really happy to connect these with someone like that.
Yeah, we love selling overalls and jumpsuits and that type of thing. It's just a all-in-one type of outfit. We sold this really cool Christian Benteke jersey for $50.33 on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, so our brother-in-law gave us this. He didn't want it anymore. And ours was I think, the only pre-owned one that I could find on eBay. I could find some available new, and they were new, selling for about $75. So ours was the only one available, and I had it priced at $50 everywhere. But at that day, I put a sale on all of our listings on Facebook Marketplace. So it was cheaper on Facebook Marketplace, so it was $40 there, which someone came in and bought it outright for $40.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure, like, I think in my own little story is that they looked everywhere else, saw that it was $50 everywhere else, but saw it was $40, but really, I was the only shop in town.
Controlling the market.
Controlling the market.
That's the way to get the sale.
Yeah.
We sold these new attack pants by Taylor Stitch for $55 on Poshmark.
So these were actually a little bit damaged. They had like a little pull on them. So that's why we sold them for less than last week. You saw that we sold another pair of Taylor Stitch pants, and we sold them for about $20 more. But since these were damaged, we took a lower offer on it. And we were really happy with that sale. We had only spent about $4 from a ThredUp rescue box. So if you want to see our unboxing of 100 pounds from ThredUp, you can check it out there. We got 2 pairs of Taylor Stitch pants, which was really exciting. This was our second one, the last one that we had, and we finally sold it off.
Yeah, we're in the green with that box, and we're hoping to get a few more in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, Ariat was one of our favorite brands to resell, but Johnny is our favorite brand to resell.
Yeah,
we sold this top for $75.15 on eBay.
And it was damaged. So that
We
just
like
goes to show
selling
you.
damaged items.
Well, we don't like it. We pick up damaged things by accident, and then we still want to sell them because we don't want to lose money.
Right.
And so this was one of those items where we didn't notice in the thrift store that it had a little bit of a stain on it, and we don't usually wash Johnny Was things. We usually steam them because of all the embroidery, and we don't really want to chance ruining it. And so we usually are really careful with, especially just delicate things in general, we tend to steam them. And so if there's some sort of stain or something, we won't even try to wash it. We'll just list it and say, we didn't wash this, but maybe you could get it out. So I'm sure that's what this person bought it, hoping that they could, wash it and get it out. And so really, really happy with that sale. Yeah. This was definitely heavily embroidered. I even put that in the listing title. And so I think that people search that out when they're searching for Johnny Was. They'll put those keywords in.
The last sale we wanted to share with you is this jumpsuit by Show Me Your Mumu. We sold it for $89.65 on eBay.
Yeah, so this sold really fast in just a day. And it was one of those ones that was still available on the website. Ours was the only one available in this size. And so I listed it on eBay. I listed it for $80. I think it was originally $195 or something. And maybe I should have priced it up a little bit more, but I just was thinking to myself, usually with used things, I started at like 50% if I really think that, it's a really good quality item and that it can earn that much. But other than that, I don't usually charge up more than that. So I figured that that was a good price to kind of set it at, and someone bought it really quickly, and I believe it went internationally.
Yeah, it did go internationally. It went to Canada. And, with something like this, I think that pricing it is kind of difficult because we don't want to overprice it, and at the same time, we like giving people deals. So even if someone sent us an offer of $80, at the end of the day, we probably would have taken it. So it is what it is.
For us, we picked that up at the bin. So
actually, it's like $2.
Our total that day, because we divide out between each one, was only $1.08. So
wow.
That is like amazing. So I don't really feel like I have to get every single dollar out of every single sale. And so that has helped me, especially as starting to go full time. It's kind of like I don't need to get the maximum amount out of each and every sale, because that in the end means that I make fewer sales, and I would rather have more velocity and have that money coming in so that I can reinvest it in the business, rather than just like sitting on all this stuff waiting for the perfect buyer to come along. That's just my thought on it.
Let us know what you think about that. So 2 learning opportunities we wanted to talk about. It's not necessarily a dud. One of them is real bad. The first one was this Alpaca Imports Fair Isle sweater that we sold for $20 on Mercari.
So what had happened was I had listed it on Mercari, and I had it with first class shipping. And then when King went to pack it up, it was over £1. So if you don't know on Mercari, if you use the prepaid shipping label and it's over the amount that you had put on the prepaid shipping label, what you have to do is you have to cancel the order and have the buyer repurchase it with the correct amount of shipping. So whenever that happens, which now has happened to us twice, what my business policy is that I will end the listing, message the buyer and say, I'm going to relist this with the correct amount of shipping. I had the wrong amount on there, but I'm going to make it so that you pay the same total because technically it's my mistake. I should have waited the first time and we agreed on this total. And so I will lower the original price to cover the extra amount of shipping. So it really sucks because originally I think this had sold for like 32 or something, or 35. And then I had to take it down to 20. So it just kind of was like a total bummer. Because if I just put it at the regular price, I maybe would have gotten the same offer and they would have paid more in shipping, or I'm not really sure. But it just was kind of like, we didn't make that much money on it because we bought it from a regular Goodwill in Denver and paid $6.45 for it. So it wasn't like a bins item, but it is a good item to be on the lookout for, to be picking up. But I just need to be better on Mercari about making sure that I'm putting in the full, kind of overestimating how much I think it's going to weigh. Because, as much as I say to myself, oh, I'll weigh each listing, I'm never going to do that. It's not going to happen.
So that's why it helps when it comes to eBay, because they do calculated shipping, and something like this will do padded flat rate, so it's way easier.
Well,
so,
and the other thing, like, Mercari is tough for us because there are a couple things that just like really kind of grind against our processes and stuff like that. And this is one of them where you can't edit after you've done the shipping label, so that you could just pay the difference. Like on eBay, if I underestimated the weight, I just pay the difference. I enter in, I can edit the weight when I'm trying to print the label and do all of that. And on Mercari, you can do that. That really grinds our gears about Mercari. And then also our computers don't take good enough screenshots to be able to print them with our label printer. So we have to use the QR code, which means we have to wait in line. So it's just always like, every time we get a Mercari sale, it's like, yes, we're happy, but also we're like, we have to go through all this hassle. So anyway, I think it's sort of worth it, but
it's a love-hate relationship with Mercari. It's just weird.
I just wish that they would fix these things. Like, I just wish that they would make it so that you can print on a 4x6 label and that you can edit the shipping charges afterwards and pay the difference. It's just like, if you could do that, that would be great. Mercari.
And they recently increased the prices to ship.
So I know. Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. It's like, you're spending all this money on all these ads, and you could be spending the money improving your user experience, but you're not. So, I don't know.
So this has turned into a what grinds our gears segment of our video.
This is a what grinds our gears. So, yeah.
Hopefully you agree.
Let us know down in the comments what grinds your gears about the different platforms. We'll have a little gripe session in the comments.
Okay, so this next one, we sold this Bablot tennis racket. It's a really great brand. You should definitely be on the lookout for it. We originally sold it for $68.75 on eBay, but the buyer got it, and it turns out it was cracked. And I think that I might have missed it. I don't think it was a USPS thing. I'm pretty sure because I looked at the pictures again, and there's some indication that it might have been cracked. I couldn't tell for sure, but I didn't want the buyer to send it back to us, have us pay the return shipping, and cost us even more because I don't think they're going to know how to ship it properly. And all this thing just to know that maybe I had messed up and then I wouldn't be able to claim it anyway in good faith. All in all, we lost about $12. Not the end of the world. Great lesson learned, I think, mainly because I should be more careful when it comes to something that I never dealt with. So these tennis rackets, great brand, great sell-through rate. It's just, I don't know. I should have been a lot more careful with it. So there you go. Be on the lookout for Bablot. And make sure you look it over.
So here are numbers from the past week. So we sold a total of 55 items for a gross revenue of $1,476.91. Our cost of goods was $141.05. And then on eBay, we sold 22 items for a total profit of $452.64. On Poshmark, we sold 19 items for $226.69. Facebook Marketplace, we sold 9 items for $186.76, and on Mercari we sold 5 items for $81.91. And so our total profit from the week was $949.98. So pretty close to our $1,000 goal. We're just about $100 away, but pretty happy with that week. I think, it was a really good week. This week is not starting off so hot, so hopefully February is always kind of a bum month for us because it's shorter. It doesn't seem like we get as many sales.
Mm-hmm.
So really happy with that week. We're excited to see what this next week will be like and just to see our business grow.
Yeah, and especially the number of items sold has kind of increased on average, 55 items this week. And that really gives us a great idea of, how things are progressing, right? We want to try to get to 1,000 items listed in our store and then try to keep that momentum up. And that'll take about another 4 or 5 weeks, probably about 4.5 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Okay, as always, we're going to update you on this total stock market index experiment. We put $82 of the Mercari profits into this experiment. And here's how we're doing. We're not doing great, but at the same time, we're just going to keep going at the grind. It's going to continue to dollar cost average into this. And we're not really all that concerned about it. We're just going to ride it out. And at this point, we're at $6,400. But at the moment, we're just going to focus on doing what we've been doing. We're not really worried too much about that. I mean, in the back of our minds, we're kind of worried, but at the same time, they're only paper losses, right? You really only realize those losses if you sell. And so that's a really big lesson for any trader. At the end of the day, we're not too worried about it, but I do want to leave you with this idea that we've already gone through kind of the basics of why we invest in this index fund or the total stock market index in general. And we're going to kind of move into this idea that the FIRE community, financial independence, retire early, and the reselling community are very similar. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in the future too. But essentially, the FIRE community wants to be able to retire early, work on its own schedule. The people want to have the freedom to be able to be flexible with their time and do whatever they want at the pace that they want, be their own boss and stuff like that. So the two communities do meld together. That's why we're trying to bridge that gap. So we'd love to talk to you about that in the future too, and kind of, our strategies with how we're going to retire early. So stay tuned for that. So no community bolos this week, but if you ever want to send us a community bolo, we welcome it. We're not always trying to fish for community bolos. If you want to shout out, you want to send us something really cool for us to talk about, let us do some research maybe and learn about this community bolo or your bolo in general, then we'd love to, learn more from this community. But other than that, you might have noticed that we're wearing the Ching King's shirts. He sent us these 2 shirts and this really nice book, How to Be Married Forever. Very fitting for us. And we think that it's just so nice for him to have sent this to us. So this book has a lot of great advice sprinkled throughout with his own story and experiences. I think that it's great because he's got, humor sprinkled into it as well. And that always makes a book a lot more fun to read. So if you are interested, please reach out to him. We're going to leave his Instagram in the description below. But just get to know him in general because he's a really great guy. But also you should check out his YouTube because he and his wife are like masters of selling vintage items. So definitely a great treasure trove of information and, things to learn from him. So check him out on both Instagram and on YouTube.
Okay, so let us know in the comments how your week of sales have been. If you are also bothered by things on different platforms, what different, kind of things get up in, your process or mess you up or whatnot, whether it's people asking questions or different platforms and their policies and things like that. Let us know down in the comments what your reseller probs are. Hashtag reseller problems.
Yeah.
And
we keep saying that we're going to quit Mercari, but we haven't yet.
we never do. Because the thing is, it's like, we're like, okay, we're not going to do any more on Mercari. And then we get another sale and we're like, well, we should ship this one out. So then we have, pending payouts, and then it's like, well, we can't shut our account down until we get the, I don't know. So we're uncommitted. We're hoping that they fix these issues, we're hopeful. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are not a subscriber, but you would like to be, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. If you aren't a subscriber and you're unsure about subscribing, you should consider it because we try to make our videos really fun and we share a lot of information about reselling and we just take you along the journey with us. And so beyond these what sold videos, we also have bins hauls and unboxings and tips and tricks videos. So if you're interested in any of that, consider subscribing because we would just love to have you as part of our YouTube community.
Keep that passion burning, y'all. It's Valentine's Day, and with passion, there is love. And sometimes you fall out of love with reselling, but you should definitely keep that passion burning so that you can stay in love with reselling.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know how to close this out, but we'll see you later.
Bye. want to come get these. I want to meet you at this time. We sent her the address of where we always meet up.
It was a dude.
Oh.
We sold this really cool jersey by Christian Benteke.
Well, the jersey wasn't by Benteke. It was for Benteke.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah.
Oops.
You should consider subscribing because... Why should they consider subscribing?